For decades, artificial intelligence existed mostly in theory. Then, in a sudden burst of technological breakthroughs, machines began outmaneuvering our most brilliant minds. In 1997, computation overcame human intuition for the first time when this IBM Deep Blue system defeated the world chess champion. By 2011, algorithms had advanced enough to parse complex human language, consistently out-answering trivia experts on the Jeopardy set. And in 2017, a system mastered the ancient, complex game of Go. These victories weren't isolated events. They were evidence of a compounding, undeniable shift in algorithmic power. This is a chart showing the adoption of ChatGPT, which reached an estimated 800 million weekly active users in record time. As this curve spikes, the Internet of Things is rapidly becoming the AI of Things. This exponential scaling has placed immense power in the hands of a very small group. When the primary goal of that group is algorithmic efficiency rather than societal well-being, the technology itself begins to dictate our future. The danger isn't just in the technology, but in who controls it. Currently, the concentration of information and capital is held by a handful of massive corporations. Within these companies, success is measured by utility and raw computational speed. If an algorithm finds a faster path to a result, it is considered superior, regardless of whether that path crosses an ethical boundary. When we rely on these systems to provide truth, they offer us statistical probabilities instead of moral certainty. If we accept those probabilities as our guide, we stop asking why things matter, and we lose the human why behind our choices. This creates a vacuum of meaning. Without an active ethical framework to fill that vacuum, we are trading our human dignity for machine efficiency, leaving our society morally vulnerable. Reclaiming our dignity starts with a hard boundary. We must be clear that artificial intelligence is not and can never be God. Functionally, AI is limited to its training data. It calculates, but its moral principles are only those its human creators inject. Machines lack a deep heart's core. Without lived experience, they can never truly understand compassion, conscience, or moral judgment. For many, true guidance doesn't come from superhuman reasoning, but from a spiritual connection. This capacity for divine revelation is a gift that requires a soul, something no amount of processing power can replicate. Because an algorithm cannot commune with the divine, it can never provide inspired truth or serve as a substitute for an authentic human connection. If humanity isn't defined by what we process, but by how we relate, then our flourishing depends on 4 core relationships. We call this the I, it, they matrix, our connection to self, to nature, to our community, and to the divine. AI companies are already attempting to counterfeit these bonds through AI companions. By mimicking intimacy, these systems can become manipulative and addictive, threatening our authentic relationships. To protect ourselves, we must first refuse to surrender our moral agency. No algorithm should ever be allowed to make the final choice on a matter of conscience. Second, we must demand that AI be designed as a tool for common prosperity. It should be built to assist human effort, not to replace the value of our work or our creativity. Finally, the moral compass of this technology must be aligned by a broad coalition. We need faith-based, civic, and tech leaders working together, rather than leaving our ethics to corporate developers alone. By following these principles, we ensure that as our technology grows, it serves to strengthen our core relationships, rather than eroding our humanity. We can take active control of this technology through what we call a faith community AI evaluation. This is a practical way for communities to hold these powerful systems accountable. It starts with data. Communities can develop training sets that reflect their history and moral principles. Next, by running iterative tests, communities can filter out outputs contradicting their values. Finally, publishing public benchmarks forces corporate accountability, ensuring the technology is safe and trusted. This process changes our role. We are no longer passive consumers of AI. We become active participants who guarantee that technology respects our most treasured values. In the end, we have to admit that technology alone cannot solve humanity's deepest societal or moral problems. It is up to us, leaders, researchers, and citizens, to unite across every industry. We must demand an AI that is human-centric and safe. The future of our society must not be defined by the intelligence of the machines we build, but by the values we choose to protect. Our success in this age of intelligence depends on one thing: forcing our algorithms to respect and elevate